Okay, and we are live. Hi, Akshay. Thank you for joining us. Akshay is the founder of Wauld, a lifetime deal currently available on Early Bird as part of our Black Friday offerings. How are you, Akshay? And thank you for joining us today.
Hi, Omar. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm doing amazingly well. I think in the last 15 days since we have launched on Early Bird, we have received a lot of love, lot of feedback. So we have been enjoying that process. So thank you so much for that.
Amazing. So yeah, I always knew about like digital credentials and things like this, but I never knew the market was so big. And I just shared a story with Akshay just prior to going live here. I got a friend who's done an English test here in the UK, and one of the biggest competitors to Wald is the one who has a government contract for the English tests here in the UK. So Wald is an alternative to a credible, and I've looked them up since then, and they are absolutely huge. So the space here, I don't think people quite appreciate. And I think I was guilty of that as well. The space is absolutely huge. I think the problem with the way people envisage Wald at the moment is they just think it's for communities giving out certificates for courses, when in actual fact it could be used for almost anything, any type of business, even if you have kids at home and you want to incentivize your kids to do something and you want to give them a certificate afterwards, like it could be for almost like anything. So yeah, I'm actually mind blown at the size of the market for this kind of tool. So
And thank you, Omar, for raising the question of how we can incentivize children. Currently, we're engaging with one of state government in the US, where we're helping them out to incentivize children from the age group of 5 to 15 to how to utilize AI better. And that is how we'll be awarding them badges and certificates on how we can help them. With each and every prompt, they'll be improving, and that is how we are aiming to have continuous learning in terms of AI in the state of the US.
amazing, amazing. Okay, so without further ado, I am gonna ask Akshay just to give us a brief intro into Wald. Okay, Gaurav is here, so we'll just wait for Gaurav. Let's get Gaurav on the screen. Gaurav has joined without a cam and a mic. So, Gaurav, if you want to come on, please give access to the camera and the microphone. But in the meantime, if Akshay can just get started, just tell us how you come with the idea of Wald, the plans of it going forward in the future, the team members, and just things like that.
Sure. So I'll quickly set in the agenda. We have like a 10-15 minute presentation. After that, I'll be going through multiple use cases through a demo. And then we'll be showcasing why Vault can be really, really helpful in any use case that people are currently serving. Hi, Rohit. Hi, Jadeep. So I'll just present my screen.
Sure.
Give me a minute. Okay. Okay. So it's an interesting story on how we started Vault. Currently, we are three co-founders, Gaurav, Krishna, and me. We had worked for almost half a decade in scheduling space with a startup which was primarily serving the US. After serving in the scheduling space for almost 5-6 years, we realized that there's a white space in terms of digital credentialing, and this is something that we discovered when we were working with Google closely. Google awards a lot of badges and certificates internally to all their employees, and that is where we realized that this is a space where uh, we can help online coaches, communities, online trainers to quickly design, issue, verify, and track certificates in from one single platform. So, what is digital credentialing? When we were researching, we realized that a lot of achievements and skills are currently recognized through PDF certificates. PDF certificates have a lot of disadvantages in terms of how they currently operate. The administrator who issues the certificates does not have a lot of control once it has been issued. A lot of fake certificates and badges that are circulated in the ecosystem, and therefore we came up with digital credentialing. The twofold objective that we have from the digital credentialing platform is that we enable organizations to recognize skills effectively and efficiently. When we say effectively and efficiently, we mean that it is seamless, it is easy to design, it is easy to verify, and effectively, when we say effectively, it means people don't have to jump around here and there in terms of tools, and they're able to optimize for their time in terms of the admin hours they put in. The second thing is how we can empower learners. So in this AI-driven economy, it is really challenging on how we can enable people to showcase their achievements, and therefore we help them showcase verifiable achievements through a credential wallet. They can have all their credentials, certificates, badges in one wallet, and they can showcase it to employers, third parties, their potential customers, what they have done and what they can do. Moving on, so when we say digital credential, it primarily is based on four different pillars. We mean it should be secure, it should be easy to share, it should be trackable, and it should be verifiable. And these four pillars are really, really important in terms of what we can do with digital credentials. And this is where PDF certificates and badges lack. When we say secure, it is very, very difficult to tamper the certificates that we issue. It can only be edited if it is revoked or deleted from the platform itself. Otherwise it cannot be tampered with. Shareable, just with one click you can share credentials across Facebook, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, everything in just one click from credential wallet. It is trackable, that you can understand how a credentialing program works. When we say trackable, it means how many people have clicked on it, how many people have shared the credentials, how many people have actually shared it on LinkedIn. So you have complete data to understand how a specific credential program is working. And when we say verifiable, verifiable means it can be easily verified by anyone. They just have to scan a QR code or tap into Wauld, as in the platform that is issuing the certificates on behalf of verified organization. Any questions, Omar, Jaideep,
W-
Rohit?
We're going to get to the questions after the demonstration, hopefully.
Okay,
Okay. Yeah, we'll do the
okay,
Q&A at the end.
sounds
Yeah.
good. Okay. So I'll quickly, I think Jaideep mentioned that there are multiple ways of how currently certificates can be issued. I'll just quickly touch upon them. There are four different ways that we have categorized them. The first one is manual paper-based certificates, where anyone can issue certificates on paper. It has a lot of disadvantages in terms of it's slow, it's costly, it takes a lot of time, it is prone to duplication, it is prone to uh, it is prone to edits that we cannot track. PDF certificates are anything that can be issued in the form of online paper, but they can again be edited. The issuer does not have a lot of control. They cannot be tracked, because once shared, we just don't have any mechanism right now to track as to how a PDF document is performing. LMS, there are a lot of LMS out there. And all LMS have a most of the LMS have a module called certification module, where they can certify any course that they're offering on the platform. But the challenge is that it's limited. It does not offer a lot of customization in terms of branding, in terms of what they can do. Verifiable certificates are not available. Credentials that can expire are not available, and therefore they're not able to cover a lot of use cases. They're very good in terms of simple use cases where you just need to issue a certificate. But if you want a verifiable, shareable, trackable certificate, they are immensely limited. And we have mentioned a lot of tools out here on the right side. You can say Teachable, Thinkific. They don't offer customizations, proper branding in terms of certification. And then we have legacy SaaS tools. There are a lot of SaaS tools also. We're not the first mover in this space, but what we have done, what is the USP that we have? It's amazingly it has a lot of it has better UI, it has better UX. We're trying to optimize in terms of specific use cases for online communities, online coaches. The legacy SaaS tools which are currently operatable, they're enterprisey. There are a lot of gates there. You just cannot create an account by yourself and start using it. There are a lot of charges as well, and therefore we feel that in the legacy SaaS tools we can definitely optimize in terms of what we can do. Moving on, I think I've already highlighted the key pain points that are available, that are there. It's time consuming, it's expensive, it's ineffective. There are a lot of limitations in terms of engagement and sharing. The PDF certificates or online paper is it can be tampered. There are a lot of fraud cases that we have heard of. There are a lot of missed revenue opportunities also. The multiple use cases where people like to issue a certificate only at a specific charge. For example, if you want to have a certificate, you will have to pay $10, and that is something that we will be rolling out soon. In terms of, if you would like to have a certificate, you will have to be paying X amount in terms of issuing a certificate. And you can see there are a lot of centralized credential management that can be done through a platform like Wauld, where you can manage, revoke, edit certificates after they have been issued, and you can track what how a specific certificate is performing.
Amazing.
Now I'll move on to how the Vault platform works. So we have two different platforms which I'll be showcasing. First is the issuers portal, on how organizations or individuals who are issuing certificates can leverage Vault. And there's the second phase to Vault, which is the recipients portal, where we have a common credential wallet where anyone can seamlessly share, enable verification by a third party in terms of credential management. So these are two phases, and I'll be showcasing both of them in the next 20 25 minutes. Moving on, we have streamlined the process of credentialing in three simple steps. First one is design. You can create a branded, professional looking certificate of badge from our platform. We already have close to 600 templates out there, which you can use from our portal. The second one is issue credentials. You can issue credentials in bulk. For example, you can let's say you're organizing a workshop online, and you would like to certify everyone who has attended a specific workshop. Now you can just download the CSV from Google Meet or WebEx and upload it in Vault, and we can issue certificates in just like a few minutes to all of them who have participated in the event. They're specifically helpful. I was recently speaking to an online coach who mentioned that he has 400 participants joining in online every week for a specific workshop, and therefore they would like to instantly award everyone who has attended 80% of the online webinar that he was organizing. And that is how we are able to do it. We are able to track if someone has attended X amount in a specific webinar, and then we are able to issue credentials after the workshop. But they still have to upload the CSV from their portal. But as soon as they upload the CSV, they're able to issue it in minutes. And this was taking them more than a few hours when they were doing it manually. They had two specific people who were working to just issue credentials every week. And that is how we were able to solve for the time and the effort that was going on in terms of credentialing. The third is tracks. So currently, LMS certificates, PDF certificates completely lack this capability. What we're able to do is we're able to track how a certificate after being issued is performing. For example, you can see if someone has opened a credential, if someone has shared a credential, if someone has added a credential to the LinkedIn profile, if someone has asked someone to verify the certificate that they've issued. So everything can be tracked on two different levels. One is at the individual level, where you can say, hey, has Omar shared this credential online? I can check that. And the second thing is, I can also have aggregate data of the entire credentialing certification program that I've organized. I can see how many people have actually shared it. Out of 400, there were 25 people who shared it on LinkedIn, 24 people shared it on X. And that is how we can track the number of certificates that are currently being shared. Then we can also check, and this is what we really find super helpful in terms of growth. We don't call our, we when we are talking to our to organizations and individuals, we tell them that we are not just a credentialing platform, we're also a growth tool. Because what we do, we have an inbuilt virality that is there within the tool. If someone shares a certificate in their network group, it's a branding that is happening for a specific organization or individual. You're able to see how an individual in a network has done in terms of credentialing, and then they're able to click and they're able to have more views for their website or for their credentialing program. And that is how we are able to leverage the credentialing flywheel that happens. So someone issues and they're able to get new customers from the same certificate.
Amazing.
Now I'll jump to the product demo. any specific questions or feedback?
No, we'll do the Q.
Okay.
There are quite a few
Okay.
questions, but we prefer to do them at the
Okay.
end.
Understood.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'll ask some
is
of the
my
audience to come on screen and ask us some questions as well. Let's see if they're
sounds
brave
good.
enough. Yeah,
Is my screen visible,
yeah,
Dr. Da?
yeah, visible. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So this is the home page. This is the home screen that we call the dashboard. You can see how the credentialing programs across all events are performing. You can see credential issued, open rate, share rate, views per share, clicks, and we also showcase in terms of sustainability because we are saving on paper, and therefore we also show how much CO2 you have prevented and how much time you have saved in terms of effort. There's a specific line item called pending change requests. If we have issued a certificate for Umar and the spelling was misspelled by mistake, Umar can by their own wallet request to change the certificate, the name in the certificate, and that will be reflected here. On the right side,
Sorry.
you can see how many credentials.
Yeah, actually, I just want to make a point here. So, I know you mentioned that the paper gets saved here, but when I was talking about my friend with the example with the English test, what they done is they give you the digital certificate, but then they also write at the bottom of the letter that if you want a paper certificate, it costs £12. So they make money. So you can send out, you can just print it out, guys, and send out these certificates and make some extra money. It's like £12 for a piece of paper. £12
Uh,
is what, like 15, 16 bucks? So
Yeah, that's true. I think that's super helpful. We have seen that use case as well when people say that we would like to issue both digital as well as paper certificate, but paper certificate will be charged extra. And that is something that we have discussed internally as well. And thank you for pointing that out. I think
yeah,
that is
you're welcome.
helpful. Thanks, Amar. So this is how the dashboard looks like. On the right, we have some quick links where you can just go to specific things and help yourself. These are DIY links that you can use. So I'll quickly go to the specific use case and then I'll show all the things on the left side toolbar. Uh, this is how we create, we design, issue, and track certificates. I'll go to engagements. Uh, there are multiple engagements that we've already created. Engagement is a construct where it's a collection of documents and credentials issued for specific course or event or community. You can have multiple events or you can have multiple engagements, and therefore we have created something like this. A super class, a master class, different use cases. We can have different credentialing program for them. I'll create a new one. I'll create AI live workshop. I'll just select webinar, workshop, and online events. I'll just add a description here, which I'll just quickly copy paste to save time. And this will help you. This is something that is internal. It helps people organize their credentialing programs, certificates on the World platform. It is not displayed to anyone who is receiving certificates. It has been saved. Now I'll create a document. I can have multiple. This is again an organization thing. I'll create a certificate of appreciation. This certificate. As soon as I click on certificate, I see multiple search template CTA coming up. I can also issue certificates to individuals and institutions. I'm currently issuing certificates to individuals. I can search templates, and now you can see there are multiple templates that come up. Appreciation, there are multiple appreciation certificate templates, compliance, technician excellence, and these are specifically created because when we were talking to online coaches, trainers, we realize that there are so many use cases which we need to cater to, and we have to provide them multiple templates so that they have full flexibility in terms of what they would like to choose. You can see the course completion certificate templates. If someone is using an LMS, like Teachable, Thinkable, I think they can just select a certificate template that suits the brand, and then they can customize it further. For example, there are a few NGOs that we're currently working with, and especially to NGOs, we offer a special 50% discount over and above anything that we're currently offering. So that we're able to help them serve better. And these are certificate templates that we have for volunteers, memberships. If you think of memberships, membership is we were recently speaking to one of the medical associations in the UK, and they wanted to issue badges for their members. So there are thousands and thousands of medical professionals joining their association, and they wanted to issue badges to them, and therefore they requested how it can be customized, how it can be formalized, and therefore we recommended, okay, this is something that we can do. For example, you can also see good standing certificates where anyone who is issuing, let's say, a business good standing, a loan good standing certificate, they can also issue certificates. There's more of a formal certificate with a lot of information as to what someone has done in terms of their standing, and this is something that we can offer. There are also use cases where organizations issue a lot of certificates to their employees, and again, it can be a certificate of appreciation, it can be a certificate of achievement within an organization where they can issue a best employee certificate, or how they can be helpful in terms of incentivizing their performance internally. There are also compliance certifications where if someone, and this is mostly related to government sector, where there are specific compliances that need to be done. For example, there can be uh, posh certifications that have to be given out for good professional conduct within organizations, and there's something that can be issued from within the portal. So multiple use cases that can be seen. You can also see the workshop certificate that is there, and currently this is something that is even more we are improvising on the categorization of certificates in terms of how certificates can be easily searchable to everyone. There is a search option right now, but we're also planning to have in future connecting it with AI, where you can just type in and you can just see everything coming up in terms of the credentialing program. So if you've created a name for the organization, we can recommend what we can do with in terms of templates. So I'll just go to appreciate. I'll just go to appreciation and I'll select one template. So I'll just select this one and I'll confirm. So this one I have selected. There's a inbuilt QR code here, and I'll just change the text here, so I can just go and start designing. The certificate of appreciation, there's already a name. I would like to add two more fields. I would like to mention in the certificate that if someone has done a certification, what was the specific skill that they were learning. So I'll just add skill, and I'll also mention a grade that they have achieved in the specific skill after the. So these are dynamic attributes. They will change based on the person who is receiving the certificate, and for that I've already created a list. I'll showcase the list after I've designed the certificate, so that everyone can see how it was and how it quickly turned into certifications within the portal. So I've added skill and grade. I'll just change it uh, for attending the workshop and leveraging skill, and I'll mention the skill here. Skill with a grade, and I'll just mention grade here. The grade, the workshop was conducted on a specific date, November 27, 2025. Now I'll just remove this part of the certificate. I'll just delete this one. So I've deleted it. And this is a certificate. I'll just add a specific signature here. It's already written Mary M, and I'll just go with the, let's say I'll just change that. And I can change the style here. I've added a signature. I'll just bring it here. Anything that you would like to have can be customized in the certificate. For example, I can add a picture here. You can see any image can be added to the certificate. We came across multiple use cases where people like to have multiple QR codes. For example, they have been the event has been sponsored by multiple people, and they would like to add a link back to the sponsor so that they have visibility in terms of what they have done. So we also have create custom QR codes. I can just add Wauld.com. I'll generate a new QR code, and I can customize it based on my brand as well. So let's say I'll just choose a specific color. This has been, I can change the white color as well, but I'll keep the white color. And I can also add a new image. For example, I can add a logo here. So I'm just adding Wald's logo here. So add a picture, and now it says it can be seen that I have a Wald QR code specifically linking back to my website. I can add it and I can keep it just here so that I can
I think that
mention
makes
how
more
it
sense for
would.
sponsors, right? When you have the logo in it.
Yes, that
Yeah.
Yes, that makes a lot of sense too. In fact, I've seen use cases where people are linking it to their portfolios, their jobs, even feedback QR codes where people like to give feedback or reviews after they have been certified. For example, someone can just click on the QR code and they can see how the feedback is, how the certificate, how the course was actually performing. There was one interesting use case where there was a workshop conducted, and we always see that photos are really late in terms of getting to people who were in the workshop, and therefore a coach actually linked back it to a drive where all the photos were there of the event, so they could actually go through all the photos in the specific event. It was a 3-day event that was organized.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yes,
makes sense. Yeah.
so all the so all the photos were there as a part of the certificate, and it was really interesting because anyone after even after 3-4 years can just scan the QR code and see all the photos on how the event was, how are things going on. It was a
Yeah.
very nice use case that we really appreciated.
Yeah, so even if you attend a business webinar, you can share the slides on the
Mm.
certificate, right? As a QR
Yes,
code.
yes,
Ah,
yes. Yeah.
okay.
This is a so I'm just changing it a bit. So this is, and this is the, I'll just change it also. I'll just remove this. I'll add a verification QR code. And again, everything is customizable, so no problem. You can just match things up, how things look like. I'm specifically adding a scan to verify so that no one is confused as to what is what. I can also add a QR code for the wall.com so that everyone knows. But just because I've added logo, I'm not doing that. I have saved it. Okay, this looks better here only, so I'm just changing it. Now, this is how the certificate looks like right now. I'll just close that. It is saving. Now it has been saved. So we have grade, we have skill, we have name, and we have an email ID because we'll be sending it through an email ID. Issue credentials, confirm, proceed. So this is how so we have completed the process of designing. Now we are into issuing. There are multiple options on how we can issue a certificate. I can add recipient one by one, so I need to mention name, email, skill, and grade. Otherwise, the second option is I can bulk import a lot of information through a single click. What I've done, I've prepared a list of people who were a part of the workshop. So you can see a list here: name, email, skill, grade. These four fields are already there, and there's a list of people. There are 21 people out there in the list: Emily, Olivia, and now we'll see how it looks like when I add them to the portal. So I'll just import. I have four different. I'll just show again. I have four different field. There's skill, there's grade, and then name and email ID. So I'll import. Downloads are, and this has been uploaded.
We've just got a question
Import.
from Mike Akshay. He's asking, can we see the verification page?
Yeah, sure. I'll once I've issued the certificates, I'll be able to show how the verification looks like. So please give me 10 minutes. I'll be completing this process. I'll issue the certificates and then I'll show how a certificate, let's say for Amanda, looks like, and how the verification page looks like. So I'll just showcase that in 10 minutes. Please bear with me. So
You're
this is
welcome,
how
mate.
I've imported. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have imported the information name, email, skill, grade for close to 20 to 21 people. Now I'll quickly see how the credentials look like. So here it is. I can just check for everyone. I just want to check it so that there's no confusion. Olivia, Mia, Amanda, Daniel, and the you can see the information is changing based on everyone, the grade that they've received, the skill that they have attended the workshop for. So this is how it will look like. I can go to issuing options. Now there are multiple options on how you can issue a specific certificate.
Sorry,
Uh,
Akshay, you're still showing us the sheet.
okay, apologies. Give me a minute. Yeah,
There we go.
is this better? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
this.
So now I can see how the credentials look for everyone. So I can check for spellings. I can check for information. For example, Scarlett, Alexander, Olivia, William. I can just check the information that is there for everyone in the specific certificate. Sophia, Athens, and this is how the certificate looks like for everyone. Now I'll go to issuing options. You can see delivery mechanism. I can send it via email, or I can, if I don't want to send it via an email, I can just download and send it manually. It can be, for example, someone wants to send it through their own email provider, or they want to send it through a link on WhatsApp or Facebook or LinkedIn, so they can do that as well. So that is something, or they would like to send a different email that is more in their brand tone. They can download and just add a link specifically for the certificate in each and every one. But we recommend that someone, if someone is sending it by an email through our platform, they'll be able to track everything, and therefore that is the recommended SOP if you're issuing a certificate through Vault. You can have multiple options here: allow sharing options, allow credential to be downloaded, allow adding to LinkedIn. So these are something that you can customize. If you don't want people to add it to, if you don't want someone downloading the certificate, you can just disable it, and they'll not be able to download the certificate from there. They can still take a screenshot, but they'll not be able to download a PDF format from our platform. And now we have there's something that was also requested by multiple users on the early bird group. So how we can also issue certificates or badges in terms of the life that they have. For example, if for continuous learning, someone requires certification to be done every year, and this is very relevant in terms of uh, areas like medical profession or civil construction, where people need to be upskilled constantly, and therefore there's an expiry also with credentials. Expires after a set duration, but expires on specific date. For example, I'll say this expires after 365 days, and this will expire on November 27th, 2026. And the best part is that both the organizer and the recipient will receive 3 or 4 different emails saying that, hey, your credential is about to expire. Please renew it. Please go through another certification, and you can customize the content also. So that is something that is really helpful in terms of expiring certificates, where you can issue a certificate and also set a time limit for the validity of the certificate within the portal. So I'll just issue the credentials. I have set an expiry of 365 days, and I'll just issue the credential. The system is prompting that this cannot be undone. So if you are sure, I'll say yes, I'm sure. And credentials have been issued. So you can see issue credentials. So this is where I've issued credentials to multiple people in a single click. And now I'll show how this will work on the recipient side. So this is the issuers portal. I have AI live workshop. This is something that I've created in terms of engagement, and I've issued certificates for this specific engagement. Now I'll see how it will look like on the recipient portal. Give me a minute. I have to share this again. Give me a second, please.
Yeah, sure.
So now I'm sharing my entire screen. Is my screen visible?
Yep, we can see the email. Yeah.
So I just issued a certificate to Amanda, and this is how the certificate looks like. You can see I have received an email from SG Growth Studio, which was the account that I created, and I can see, hey, you have received a certificate. I can click on View Certificate, and this is the certificate that was created. Certificate of appreciation. There's a specific credential ID on the left bottom. On the right side, you can see SG Growth Studio. This is a verified organization. Verified organization is someone that we have validated. We request for specific credentials from an organization or individual to validate if someone is actually authorized to issue certificates on behalf of the organization. This helps us increase the validity and authenticity of the credential that is being issued. Because There can be there can be someone who is issuing credential, but they're not authorized to issue the credential, because someone can just sign up and start issuing certificate. And therefore, we recommend people to have a verified organization issuing certificates, so that everyone is able to maintain the standards of credentialing program. On the right side, you can see there's an option. This it gives details. Amanda Securia. Issue date November 27, 2025. Expiry is on November 27, 2026. There's a button called submit a change request. I can submit a change request. Let's say uh, by mistake the spelling was incorrect, or the grade was incorrect, and I can just some request a change request. I can say, uh, hey, the spelling is incorrect, and I can just provide the details. I can also upload sharing documentation for giving proof of what it actually is, and I can submit. So I'll just add correct it to Amanda double A. And I'm not specifically correct uploading a specific documentation, and I'm requesting this. So I have submitted a change request which says spelling is incorrect and correct it to Amanda double A. Now I can also see how I can share credential actions. So there are multiple actions that can be there. For example, it can be add to LinkedIn profile, download the credentials, share. If I click on share, I can have multiple options. WhatsApp, send via. So these are all the options that are there. You can also download. Now, coming to Mike's question, how we can verify a credential. So if I need to verify the credential, I can just click on this specific button. I can share this verification page with anyone. Let's say I share this with someone through an email saying, hey, this is the certificate that I have. And I can add, let's say I'll just add Akshay @wall.com, and I can send this to Akshay, and the email will be sent to Akshay, and Akshay will have the same page. Except for the submit a change request because and the credential actions, but I'll have a button called verify credential. When I click on verify credential, it will check if if the recipient information is correct, if the issuer information is correct, if the credential if the credential information is correct. We map it through a credential registry with a specific ID, so that we are able to check for all the information that is currently available in the certificate, and then we mention, hey, credential is verified. This flow also is same for an unverified organization, except that here we clearly mentioned that this organization has not been verified by us currently, and therefore the information in the certificate might be correct, but we are not claiming for the authenticity of who is currently issuing the certificate. That is how we differentiate between a verified and unverified organization. So this is the recipient section. I can also go to how many certificates have been issued to Amanda, and I can check. This is the credential wallet that I was talking about. So there are multiple certificates that have been issued. There's a Cryptomania eSummit 2025, Bullseye eSummit. So this is more of a credential wallet where Amanda can organize all the certificates. They can search for specific uh, credential that has been issued. They can check for all the information. For example, this is the certificate that was issued uh, a few months back. There are more certificates, and they can just organize all the certificates that they have received. For example, this is for business analytics, certificate of participation in keynote session. So this is how the credential wallet looks like. And there's also how they can track how many ongoing change requests are currently pending. I'll switch to the issuers portal again, just to showcase how things have moved here. Give me a minute. In the meantime, I think we're already like 19 minutes just left. So, any questions by the time this is? Something's not.
Akshay, while you're doing that, quick question from Mike. He says, thank you. Quick notice. Can everyone issue a correction without proof of being Amanda? Should she receive an email with a code?
Yes, they cannot. No one except Amanda can actually request its change request. It will request for a specific credential, a code that comes in the email. I can show that just because I was logged in as Amanda, therefore I was able to do it. Give me a minute, I'll show how it works. I'm just sharing my screen again. So let me log out. from the this is hi Amanda. If I log out, give me a minute, I'll just log out. And now I click on this certificate. Again, this has you can see submit a change request. Now I need to sign in or send a verification code. I just cannot submit a change request until unless I verify that I am the one, I'm Amanda. Does that answer the question?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And this is how the code comes through an email, and I need to mention the code, and then only I will be able to change the code. Yeah.
Yep. Thank you.
Any
Yep.
other follow-up questions? Okay.
Uh, there are some questions, but we'll get to them all at the end. Okay.
So, sure. So now you can see there's a pending change request, which I just did, and I can just go and I can see, hey, Amanda, and spelling is incorrect, and I can just go and check
Uh,
spelling is incorrect. Now I have multiple options.
Sorry, Akshay, quick question. Uh, the fact that Amanda requested a change, do you receive any email or any notification? Or do
Yes,
you do? Okay.
the admin will receive a notification that someone has requested a change request. There's also an in-app notification that comes in saying that, hey, there's a change request coming up, and you can also see it in the dashboard.
Okay. Okay.
And now from here, you can just go and change. I can see the spelling is incorrect, correct it to Amanda. I can edit the credential. I can go and I can say, hey, Amanda is double A. I can reissue the credential, and I can also notify the recipient, email recipient to notify about the edit, reissue credential, and yes, reissue. And now this has been changed. I can go to recipient section and I can check Amanda. And this is the certificate of appreciation. And now I can see the credential, and double A is already there.
Double A.
So that is how simple it can be to change information, which takes a lot of hours in terms of managing credentialing programs across organizations. This is more of a to and fro happening on an email. It takes a lot of time, effort, coordination, and this can be easily simplified through asynchronous mechanism. You
Yeah,
can also
amazing.
see we have like edit credential, void credential. I'll just showcase a past certificate. You can see there's a credential history which says credential viewed by recipient, credential verification checked by recipient, credential issued. So this is something that we can track on an individual level. And on an aggregate level, we can see how engagements, how the dashboard looks like. You can see there's a credential issued, open rate, share rate, views per share, clicks. So there's something we can do from the issuers portal. Now I'll quickly take just 2 or 3 minutes more. I'll just showcase how different settings can be managed through the Vault platform. So we have uh, multiple spaces within the portal. You can manage different studio. For example, from the Bird Gang itself, we had a request which said, "Hey, I have three different training programs. Can I manage three different training programs from the same platform? But I don't want my admin staff from one training program to see or manage the other program." So that is something that is possible through this. We have like segregation where some users from one platform, one space cannot see the other users from different space. So that is the segregation that we have in terms of users. So they're different two workspaces that we've created. We have already gone through engagements. We have a specific section for recipients. You can just search for any recipient that you have issued a credential. You can manage change request. You can see, hey, how Benjamin certificate looks like. If you have a note, you can mention a note here. You can also see how the certificate was performing for a specific recipient. Then we have admin center where you can update every information. There's the SJ Growth Studio information. You can also add information about yourself. You can add organization assets. Assets will be visible across all workspaces so that people have the same branding, logos, images, text that is there. Then we have invite co-owners. You can just invite all the co-owners that you have. There's another question that was asked from the Bird Gang, which said that, hey, I have created an account through X email ID. I would like to change the owner for that specific account. That is also possible. You can just invite a co-owner and the co-owner can delete the first admin, and then the admin can also be changed from within the portal. This is how workspaces look like. You can add a workspace, you can edit a workspace, you can also edit people who are working a specific use case. Then multiple notifications, as I mentioned. You can have like credential about to expire in a month, credential reissued, credential shared, credential voided. So there are multiple emails that are already there within the portal, and we're always open to enabling new notifications that our users want, because this is something which is very straightforward and easy to customize. So we can enable more customizations in terms of emails that are currently available. There's a billing section which says, hey, there's the number of credentials that you can show in a specific month, and you can edit that limit also from within the organization. So
Okay.
yeah, that's it.
Just a quick question on this while you're still on it, Akshay. Mike is asking again, is this still under the same organization or do you offer multiple workspaces and businesses under the same account? So it's one account, it's
So
multiple workspaces, right? Yeah.
yeah, yes. So we have a two-tier hierarchy right now. A business can have multiple workspaces, but if we need to have three level of hierarchy, that can be customized, but currently not there. So the hierarchy says a business can have multiple workspaces. Alternatively, a, a business which has multiple businesses within it can have multiple workspaces for business one, business two, business three, business four under the same HQ, or they can have multiple departments under the same organization. So anything that they require can be done.
Okay, Mike, I hope that makes sense. Rohit, we will answer your questions, buddy. We're going to come to the Q&A right at the end. We answered this now because Akshay was actually talking about it, so that is the reason. Okay, Akshay, do you want to continue or? Yep.
Yeah, that's it. I think in terms of what I wanted to showcase in the product, this is the product demo. I would love to take questions.
Okay, let's get to these questions. Okay, so Rohit is the first question. Does Early Bird plan have custom verification link and CNAME?
So currently, custom verification is not there in the early bird plans. That is something that we customize in our enterprise plan only. And just because we have received a few more requests on custom name and domains, what we have planned is that we'll be creating it a DIY plan next time, but it's currently not available.
Okay, so Rohit, I hope that answers the question. How Wauld is different from Certifier and Virtual Badge?
So Certifier and Virtual Badge have been in the segment from the last 5 years. So they're pretty much similar in terms of the functionality. Uh, but I think in terms of what we intend to do in the next 5 years, we're specifically targeting niche, for example, online communities, online differentiate from Certifier and Virtual Badge, where they're more of an enterprisey thing that they're getting into, and we want to be niche product where we are specifically customizing and configuring for specific use cases like online coaches, trainers, community owners.
Okay, so
Thank
I
you.
hope that answers the question there. Lee, founder of Life Portals, is asking, how did you come up with the name Wauld?
So we were brainstorming internally. We wanted to have a vault, which is more of a safe keep for anything that is valuable. When we were brainstorming vault, then we realized that vault is a space where we can get easy domain, easy visibility, and which is very similar to vault, and therefore we customize it to vault, which is a safe keep for certificates and credentials for everyone.
Okay. Rohit is asking, can we upload our own design PSD, PDF, or AI files?
Yes, you can upload your own files and you can customize it. We are currently supporting three different file PNG, JPG, PSD. I think if there's any other requirement, we can do it. No problem.
Okay, Inderpreet is asking how it builds authority. So,
So, sure. So, this is something that is central to what we intend to do. We want to be the platform which provides for trust, and therefore, when you specifically ask for authenticity, we verify each and every organization in terms of the popular concept of blue tick. We request for DNS information when someone is approaching us, and we if someone is able to provide the DNS information in our platform, we ensure that yes, someone is authorized enough to issue credentials from their domain. So that is the first level of check that we keep in terms of who is authorized to issue certificates. The second is in terms of the information that is currently available through the certificates. If you ask, okay, we maintain a credential registry. The registry has all the information: what is the credential ID, who it was issued to, who issued the credential, and that is the registry. That it is not a specific database where you can just fetch information for a PDF credential. It's more of a registry which keeps all the information and checks for every information whenever verification is requested. So these are two different levels of authenticity that we maintain. Who is issuing, and therefore we verify the issuer, and then we keep the information of the recipient safe with us in our registry so that we can always verify the credential information.
Okay,
Does that answer the question?
I hope that answers the question in
Yeah.
the brief. Rohit is asking, can we upload custom fonts for certificate design?
That is already in the roadmap. We have received more requests on custom fonts. Currently, it is not possible, but I think in the next month or so, it will be there. So I think if you're planning to do, I think we can prioritize it even further.
Okay, I hope that answers the question. Inderpreet is asking, bro, can we add our own watermark and does it have an API?
So you can add your own watermark. That is not a problem. That is fairly simple. Second thing is API. So I think we posted a poll on the Bird Gang group, and we received the highest vote for API, and therefore we have prioritized it. We'll be launching the API for 3 different endpoints by the end of December, and we have already started working on it. And after that, we'll also be taking up specific API requests from organizations.
Amazing.
Yes, the certificates are print ready. We have chosen formats which are print ready, and you can choose it from the portal itself. So there are 5 different formats that we're providing in the portal. 2 of them are print ready, which are standard in terms of printing.
Okay, amazing. Does it support digital sign?
Yes, it supports. So there are 2 different meanings to digital signature. Can it have a digital signature? Yes, you can upload your own signature. Can it be a verified digital signature? Not right now, like Adobe or other platforms that are providing for that is currently not possible, where we request a digital signature from a specific user, and then they sign it. So that is currently not possible. I think you can just upload a specific signature and then you can do it. Yes, it will. So, answering the question, it will create a unique ID for each and every credential. In fact, when you void a certificate, then also it will create a new credential ID when you reissue a certificate. There was also a question on ISO and GDPR. Yes, we're ISO 27001 certified. We just got it like 3 weeks back. So we are, and on GDPR, yes, we're GDPR compliant, and we are following all the guidelines that are there for GDPR and CCPA.
Thank you.
I would just like
Thank
to
you.
add, hey everyone, this is Gaurav, and I work with Akshay. I would just like to add one thing on digital signature. So while, y- like Akshay said, while you cannot add digital signatures in the traditional sense, but all credentials are cryptographically signed, which is like another way of digitally signing all the certificates. So the issuer actually cryptographically digitally signs the certificate. Um, so it is kind of digitally signed, but it's not how we usually imagine or see it, like in DocuSign or Adobe Sign.
Okay. Thanks for the input there, Gaurav. So I hope that answers the question. Inderpreet has a bunch more questions here. So let's see. Do you have an API so I can create mass certificates? So
Yeah, in the next 3 or 4 weeks, we'll have an API publicly available. If you have a specific use case, we'll reach out to you, and I think we can prioritize it further. But anyways, we'll be launching our publicly available APIs starting December 2025, nearby 2025.
okay. Any plan to connect NFC?
Uh,
I
if you can
actually
just
had a
elaborate.
follow-up question on it. Yeah. How
Okay.
exactly are you envisioning use of NFC?
Inderpreet, brother, come on camera, man. Come and ask these questions live. Let's see if he's messaged anything here. Great, great, great. Inderpreet, are you going to join us? Okay, I'm going to take that as a no. He's asking, can we use this for legal purpose?
Um,
I will have
yes.
to understand what is the specific legal case. Yes, I think as Gaurav mentioned, yes, you can use it. But I think if there's specific guidelines in terms of legal documentation, we'll have to follow that. But we're currently not aware of which country you're talking about. Like in Law Institute. Again, Law Institute can vary based on the compliance, and the guidelines can vary across different countries, and therefore we'll have to understand what kind of compliance we're looking at. But yes, we're currently following most of the guidelines, so it should be covered. But if there's specific guidelines for law institutions or legal cases, I think we'll have to understand the use case and then yes, we are GDPR compliant.
I think in the I think you've got the product mixed up between two. So this is for digital certificates. It's not for digital contracts or getting things signed from the other end. So if you're referring to that, then we have a product called LexFlow, which is currently on early bird, and that product kind of does all contracts and agreements. So if you're looking for that, that's not what Wauld does. Wauld sends out digital certificates for courses and any other upskilling or anything really, but it's not for having agreements signed, if that's what you're referring to.
And
Okay.
just to answer the question, I think Inder asked in a follow up. HIPAA, we do HIPAA based on case by case basis. So if you have a specific use case, you can share that use case with us. We'll anyways reach out to you after this call and understand if you have a HIPAA compliance. We don't publicly share that we are HIPAA compliance. We go about it on a case by case basis because there's a specific contract that needs to be signed between both the users, and therefore we'll understand the use case and then we'll be able to share the information.
Okay, Rohit is asking, is there a way to generate certificate number 2?
Yes, yes, you can within the same credentialing program, you can have multiple certificates. You can have, let's say, three different certificates: certificate of achievement, certificate of participation in the same credentialing program. So that is possible, and you can have similar. You can have same set of people. You can have different set of people. That is completely customizable.
Okay, he's asked the same question again in a different way. Can we
Also,
generate customized credential ID? Go on, Gaurav, you were going to say something?
yeah, I was just going to add to what Akshay was saying that Akshay showed you how he imported the CSV, right, before issuing. So one of the columns in that CSV file could have been a certificate ID, which you generate automatically. And if you upload it, then these certificate IDs would be tied to those credentials that get issued. So yes,
Yes.
that's possible.
Okay, thank you for the input. Okay, next question from Mike. Oh no, so
Yes, it is possible in there.
yeah, we've
Sorry.
answered that. No, it's okay. Can we have a unique certifications under the same course, like having unique message on every certification? Oh, okay.
Yes, you can. So you could add a text field. And again, that text field could sit as an attribute that you fill up in the CSV that Akshay just showed you. And you could add that piece of text, that unique piece of text against each recipient. And then that is what it would contain in their respective credential.
Gaurav, just a quick follow-up question from my end. That message
Mhm.
wouldn't show in the email that they receive, right? So if we had a message that wanted to go out in the email, would that be possible?
No. So currently, email customization is not something that is there, which contains these dynamic attributes. But that is something that we do want to work on and bring it in. But today, attributes are not a part of the emails that go out.
Okay. Mike, I hope that answers the question for you there. Okay, so we've answered that question. Any chance of directly integrating with circle.so?
So that is in the roadmap. We have also received a request for circle.so because we understand the importance of communities. We will be bringing it live in the first quarter of 2026, but currently it's not there.
Okay, Canva integration?
So yes, Canva integration is again in the roadmap. That is something that has been requested by multiple people because people are used to working on Canva. So again, it's not available out of the box, but we're working on it. I think it should be again live in the first quarter 2026.
Okay, are the certificates print ready?
Yes, they are print ready. We have specific formats within the portal. You can choose those formats and you can print it. There's also an option to print the certificate from within the portal as well.
Okay, Inderpreet is asking, will it create a unique ID number? I think we've answered that. So the answer is yes. Okay, that's Inderpreet. Okay. Is it possible to use in the same in MSME based institute?
Yes, I've answered that in the portal. Yes, in fact, we have a few use cases that are already there for MSMEs and institutions.
Okay. Bro, example, make duplicate certificate like edit on Canva. How will you assure that it's unique so compliance?
Yeah, I just answered
So
that. The way in which we would ensure it is Canva is just a design. When someone brings in that design to our platform and issues credentials, all credentials are cryptographically signed, which has signature of who issued it, what time it was issued, what it was issued for, and that ensures the legitimacy. So we are actually that. Um, I don't
okay.
get your comment in the. Can you elaborate, please?
Bro, ask me Canva is not for design. Many frauds happens.
Totally
Uh,
agreed, Inderpreet. We are totally on the same page that using Canva for certificate issuances, a lot of fraud can happen. But once you start issuing it from our portal, because the credential itself is cryptographically signed, nobody else who can, let's say, clicks a screenshot, uh, edits the name, and sends it to someone that, hey, posing that this is my certificate, that screenshot will not have any cryptographic signatures that anybody will be able to see. So that's how we ensure that whatever is issued on our platform, someone is looking at that asset, that certificate, that badge. The cryptographic signatures ensure that it is valid.
And I think that is where we are better in terms of certificate management than Canva. I think 90% people who we have conversations with are using Canva to design certificates, but Canva cannot manage the entire life cycle of a credential, specifically issuing credentials which are unique and verifying them. And that is where Vault comes in, where you can leverage the entire scope of the life cycle of a certificate from one single platform.
okay. APIs and webhooks are coming in the pre. API end of December, webhooks hopefully end of January or sometime
Yes.
then. So please
Yes.
be patient. Those are coming. I need for automations. Yes, automations are a big thing. So please be patient in the pre. They are coming. They're not available now. So we're being really clear about that, crystal clear. But they will be here end of December and end of January for webhooks as well. So I'm going to give the audience a chance to come on the screen and ask any questions or coming by end of December. Okay, that's actually. So yeah, we still have Rohit in the pre mic here. So if any of you want to come on screen and ask any questions, say hello to Akshay and Gaurav. It's completely up to you. Is there a certificate verification link where I can verify certificate using credential ID?
The credential link itself, where someone accesses it, is proof that the certificate exists. Actually, if you want to present your screen and show that in the URL itself.
Sure. Is my screen visible?
Yeah.
Okay, this is the credential ID. So whenever we share this unique link, you will be able to track the credential ID, which is unique and cryptographically secure. So this is how it will look like. Any other questions in the
Uh,
Rohit?
yeah. Any other questions, guys? Anybody want to come on camera and say hello? Yes, no, maybe. No. Okay, that is absolutely fine. So we will leave it here. Just before we go, Akshay, I know we've already talked about APIs and webhooks coming up soon. What else can people, before I ask it, there's one more question. How can no more people see credential is true by scanning or search? You can scan the QR code in the Preet, which will show you all the verification information that you need. So I hope that answers. You want to show them quickly or? Um, could you just Akshay, please, if you don't mind, could you just pull up that certificate you were working on, and then in the pre you can just scan it on your phone and you can see firsthand.
Sure, give me a minute. So this is the scan to verify. I think I'll just zoom in for you so that you're able to
Yeah,
scan the specific QR
I'll
code.
scan it as well. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go. This credential has been voided. Okay. Um,
Yeah, just because I changed the sorry, give me a minute. I'll just
no,
because I changed the
Yeah,
name from this.
yeah, but you'll have a CTA to go to the updated credential number right
yeah, I've
below
seen
it.
it. I've
If you
seen it.
tap on
Yes.
it, yeah,
So there, I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
must
thank
fill
you.
it yet.
it'll take you to the recent one, latest one.
Yeah,
In the
thank you.
Preets, can you
Apologies.
see now? You can click the verify credential button here, and then you have all of that.
I just wanted to, Omar, the question that you raised. I think we have a publicly available roadmap where the few things that we've currently completed and the few things that we have prioritized, and that is something that is currently available. I think I've already mentioned that there are few things that we are working on, APIs, webhooks. We're also working on an AI certificate generator where you can just type in things and the certificate will be generated automatically with a few inputs from the user. So that is something that we're working on. We're also working on pathways where there can be a series of learning certifications which are linked to each other. Only when you complete one certificate, you can go to the other one, and that is how a complete course learning pathway can be created for a specific course or for a specific upskilling program. There are a few more things. For example, the COPA and FERPA compliance that we're currently working on. This is specifically to higher education institutions which have to follow guidelines for COPA and FERPA. So this is what is currently being worked on. And there are few integrations that we're currently working on. For example, integration with Zoom. There is something that we were requested by multiple users, and therefore we will be choosing this after the APIs go live.
Oh, that's only going to work with Zoom, right?
Yes, but we'll be. It's when we integrate one video conferencing solution, I think the others are pretty straightforward, and therefore, I think as soon as we receive more requests, we'll be going live, going with them live.
Okay, makes absolute sense. Okay, so thank you for everybody joining today. Thank you, Akshay and Gaurav, for coming on and presenting the product to us. It is a great product, guys. Just works. It does what it says on the tin. Like there's no issues with the platform itself. The only issues I'm hearing from people at the moment are one, the webhooks for the automations and the integrations. But these things are coming, guys. You just have to be patient. And are you planning for big players in India? Yes. Not just India,
Yes,
worldwide in the big. Come on, man.
yeah, yes,
Huh?
we're targeting each and every country, so yes, everywhere.
Mm. Yeah, well, I will be highly promoting this in the UK now. So everybody I come across who are using a credible, they'll be hit with a Wauld. So yeah,
Thank you, Umar. I think
yeah. No,
it's
you're very
always lovely
welcome.
to have conversations with you. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you've built a very, very robust product. I think it was my fault for not knowing how big the market actually was. So I'll be honest with you. When I first presented, so we have a bunch of testers who test our products before we launch. So we have to do with all the products. Like when I test something, it's a very high overview. When the testers test product is very, very in depth, and I get a report and everything. And one of the testers said, "Well, you can do this in Canva." And I was like, "But can you really? Can you really do this in Canva?" But now, when you look at it, like you cannot do this in Canva. Yes, you can design. You can probably design a better certificate in Canva. Yes, Eh, agreed. Completely agreed. But to have all the verification and stuff like that, not possible, guys. Not possible. And with the automations and all that coming up in the future, I think this is going to be one tool that would be when you look back and from years from now will be an absolute steal. So yeah, if you have any further questions, Gaurav and Akshay are in the group, so do make them feel welcome and ask as many questions as you want. You can already see they're prioritizing whatever feedback you give. So webhooks and APIs are coming. Okay, in the pre, sorry, one last question. Imagine birth certificate made by you, big scoop. We are dreaming. Hey, you never know. They need to digitalize that here, especially in the UK. So no, you know in the UK it's still not digitalized. It's still paper. So if you lose it,
Oh.
you have to go
Mhm.
to the office. You have to prove who you are, then you have to pay $25 for a new certificate. So yeah. Mm. Okay.
As I
Thank
think
you, guys.
Gaurav mentioned, thank you, Umar. I think Gaurav also mentioned that we're currently working on an affiliate program. So I think we'll be launching an affiliate program as well mid-December. That is already under the works. So you'll see more people coming in for that.
Yeah, hopefully. Okay, guys, I wish you all the best, and we will catch up again in the group. The deal is still on for another 2 weeks. So there's still plenty of time, guys. Ask your questions. And what we are going to do over the next week is we're going to send the Bird Gang out some certificates. So you will all be certified then on Wauld. Let's see. We're still planning
Absolutely.
on how to best execute it, but we have a great
Yes.
audience. They're really in tune with us. Like the feedback we get, the conversations we have with them. If we can give them something, some kind of certificate, then it will be absolutely great. So yeah, me and Sam are planning it.
Absolutely.
It's just we want to execute it really, really well, and rather than just quickly come up with something.
Yes.
So yeah, do be patient. We'll be sending something out. So keep an eye on your emails, guys. We will leave it there, and we will catch up soon. Thank you, and all the best. Take care,
Thank you,
guys.
Thank
Umar.
you.
Thank you,
Thanks,
everyone.
everyone.
Yeah.
Bye now.